Discipline isn't proven on good mornings. It's proven when you don't get out of bed. I'd even go as far as to say that discipline is proven the morning you wake up. So I want to start by saying that the average morning routine that we create as just people in general will fail in the first week. And the reason for that is because you're not guaranteed the perfect morning. You're not guaranteed the same morning as the morning you started. You might have had a lot of motivation coming in, but randomly throughout the week, Wednesday, oh my gosh, it's always a Wednesday or a Thursday, suddenly you've got like kind of an off day and you just aren't quite feeling the same way. The energy is not there. The drive is not there. The motivation that you had at the beginning is not there. That's when things start to change. And because we give up that one day, or we fall short that one day, we never are able to form a habit, which a morning routine is not a morning routine unless you have a habit of it. And I actually do have I've got a milestone. And if you can hit this milestone, I can guarantee you've got a morning routine. You can call it that, but I don't think any of you have a right to call it a morning routine until you hit this point. And it's all based off of psychology. Let me just say that. You don't have to believe me. You can believe science, and that's fine. Mornings reveal who you are when willpower is low. And on average, if you want to call it that morning routine, it's going to take about 66 days. It takes 66 days in habit science and just our psychology alone to form a habit. 66 days. This isn't a simple month. We're talking, it's a pretty decent time commitment. If you can keep consistent with a morning routine for 66 days, and I'm not trying to worry you guys, I'm going to talk about some other things to make sure that you can achieve these 66 days. But if you can achieve these 66 days, I think it's pretty fair to say that, hey, this is something I do. This is part of my life. So yeah, it would take 66 days of having the perfect morning for it to actually become a real routine. Remember that. So what would I say? What wisdom would I depart on you guys? Well, let me tell you something. For 2 years, I was held accountable by a house of roommates in a place called Spokane, Washington as a missionary. I served in a bunch of other places, but just the greater Spokane area, right? I went down to Pullman and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, you don't really care. I was up in the Canadian border, all those different places. And I had a lot of guys that we all kept each other accountable. We had major standards. We had major standards for how we needed to live each day. And we would wake up every morning starting at 6:30. We would be out of bed by 6:30, in bed by 10:30, at least was it 10:30? Yeah, in bed by 10:30. We had all sorts of rules. We were working out for an hour every single morning, exactly an hour. We were studying for exactly an hour every single morning. And we were ready and everything by 10 o'clock, we were out the door. That's how we lived. Not one day did I ever fail that morning routine. I wasn't allowed to because I had so many people around. But when you're alone, things are a little bit different. You've got to have a mental fortitude like no other. But here's something I've learned. You don't need anybody else to make you succeed. You don't. The power is within you, right? And that sounds so corny, but it's true. And the simple advice I would give is stop trying so dang hard. Stop trying to be a try hard, okay? You guys are all try hards, and that's why we all fail. There's something we get wrong, terribly wrong about discipline. I'm going to talk a lot about this in my next video as well. But discipline and our understanding of it is a little bit off. We think that it's a sort of like a chase, like you're always running towards it. You're always having to put in the work, which is true. But the way we organize it, the way we experience it, I would say is not as much of discipline as it is just stress. Okay, we're trying to compensate with stress to keep us going. Discipline is more of a meditative state. Have any of you guys ever heard of the flow state, right? That's what discipline is. It's a thoughtless practice. It's a thoughtless behavior. It's a thoughtless routine. Discipline. Routine isn't anything unless it can be done without thought, right? So that's how you achieve true discipline. It's not aggressive. It's not pursuing. It's just meditative. So I always say this. I'm an art teacher, a private art teacher, and I have to teach people, kids and adults and teenagers, about the psychology of the brain all of the time. And the number one way you get into the right side of the brain, which is the creative thinking side of the brain, is there's a couple things, but the main thing is really you just think less. What it feels like to be in the right side of your brain is more of like a flow state. It's a meditative state. There's less time to decide and make decisions. You just do because that's what you do. And suddenly you're able to accomplish things in ways that you didn't think. Your ability enhances in ways that you didn't even practice for. The ability is within you. You just have to know how to turn off your brain, stop thinking so dang much, stop trying so hard. Quit being a sweat and just get it done. And the easiest way to do that isn't in your morning routine. It's not in designing your morning routine. It's in the preparation before. Most proven morning routines start the night before. So set your clothes out, plan your day, write things down in your journal, which I've got right here. This is one of the most powerful tools, and I've got a whole playlist on that. Go in the playlist section, you'll find a whole series on journaling, and it will inspire you, guaranteed to get into it. So that's my invitation for you guys. If you guys want to take control of your life, it all does start in the morning. It really does. But without the preparation the night before, you won't make it. My name is Gabriel Bowman. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment if you have any questions, or if you want to give me any input. And of course, subscribe, hit that bell icon while you're at it too, so you don't miss any of my future videos. I've got like 57 different videos planned within 3 months. Okay, so it's going to be kind of crazy. It's actually more like 4 months. We've already gone through a couple. But anyways, without further ado, I'll see you in the next video. See ya. Bye.